Bill O'Reilly sneered, his voice slicing through the lights like a blade. "Your career is nothing but a sideshow." The audience gasped, half in shock, half in thrill. But no one expected Crockett's calm reply to change the entire room, in a nation divided. O'Reilly still carried the swagger of a bulldozing media king, wielding arrogance like a weapon. Yet across from him stood Jasmine Crockett, unshaken, rising, and unwilling to bow to bias. Their clash mattered beyond the stage. What happens next would be replayed millions of times across the internet. For decades, Bill O'Reilly ruled the airwaves with booming confidence, casting himself as America's moral watchdog while drowning opponents in scorn. His empire thrived on confrontation, his tone sharpened by superiority. Yet behind the posture lingered scandals and contradictions, preaching virtue while silencing critics. To his followers, he was untouchable. To many others, the perfect villain awaiting a reckoning. Tonight, the stage trembled with that expectation, and Jasmine Crockett's story was carved from grit. Late nights studying law, community fights no one else dared to take, and battles where her voice was dismissed before her words even began. She carried the weight of being underestimated, yet each slight fueled her fire. From the courtroom to Congress, she became a champion for the overlooked, an unshakable force for justice. Millions saw their own struggle mirrored in her rise, their own silenced voices echoing through hers. And that's exactly why she was ready for O'Reilly's insult. The audience leaned forward, sensing arrogance about to collide with its destined fall. O'Reilly pressed harder, his jabs quick and cutting, each one meant to rattle. Crockett stayed steady, her silence as sharp as any rebuttal. The room filled with whispers, tension coiling like a spring. It felt less like debate, more like a chessboard. O'Reilly lunging with arrogance, Crockett waiting with patience. Every eye fixed on the standoff, breaths caught in suspense. And then O'Reilly went too far. Crockett finally leaned forward, locking eyes with O'Reilly. The room stilled. She let the silence stretch, forcing him to squirm. Then, with measured calm, she said, "If defending people without power is a sideshow, then America was built on sideshows." A ripple of gasps cut the air. Murmurs swelled, then silence. Heavy, undeniable. O'Reilly's grin faltered, his confidence cracking before the audience's gaze. Crockett didn't gloat. She simply held her ground, radiant in composure. In that moment, the insult was reversed, and dignity stood taller than arrogance within minutes. The clip exploded online, hashtags blazing across timelines, memes capturing O'Reilly's falter, edits glorifying Crockett's unshaken reply. News networks replayed the exchange endlessly, dissecting each second. Celebrities praised her poise, political leaders echoed her words, and ordinary Americans flooded comment sections with validation. It was more than viral, it was cultural shockwaves. Yet even as the internet roared, one truth loomed larger. But the most powerful part wasn't the internet. It was the deeper message that followed. Crockett turned the sting of insult into a universal truth. Dignity is stronger than hate, resilience greater than ridicule. She spoke not just for herself, but for anyone ever dismissed, belittled, or silenced. Her stand became a mirror for millions, proof that calm courage can shatter arrogance. In the end, the lesson rang clear. Arrogance may shout, but dignity echoes louder, carrying forward as a banner of hope for all. Bill O'Reilly may have insulted her career, but Jasmine Crockett's words left an entire nation speechless. Calm courage silences arrogance. If you believe dignity always wins, share, subscribe, and amplify voices that matter.